Hello and welcome to the channel. So today we are doing an instructional video on how to use touch-up paint on some deep scratches. So as you can see there on the bumper, there's a couple of chunks taken out of the bumper there, a big scratch over there, and just above the fog lamp there's another scratch there. So that's the big one that we're going to be working on, and I'll be showing you my method on how to get rid of that today. You can't really, the lighting's not great in the garage I'm working on. It is in the middle of the night, so the lighting isn't great, so we're just going to have to use the spotlight that I've got at the moment. So the first thing that we're going to do with this is we're going to sand out the scratch. Now what this does is it takes all the little microplastics and everything in the scratch and just cleans it up. Now we're going to be using, so what I'm using at the moment is 1200 grit sandpaper. You don't want to be using anything more coarse than that, just because you will sand through the paint and get down to the metal, and then it is unsalvageable if we do that. So we just want to be doing, I've got 1200 grit sandpaper, just going over it lightly and trying to get my sandpaper in the scratch as much as possible. And I also want to kind of even out the ridges on the edges of the scratch as well. Scratches are quite an interesting thing. What we're not doing is we're not fixing the scratch and getting rid of the scratch. That's not what's happening. So the scratch will always be on the bumper or the part, whatever you're using. What we're trying to do is we're trying to reduce the different directions in which the light hits the scratch so that it becomes harder to see. It's always going to be on the panel, but we can dilute it. So this is what my scratch looks like. Now, I know what you're going to say. You're going to say you've 100% made that worse. But with these things, you do need to make it worse to get it better. What I'm doing is I'm getting the touch-up paint, just dabbing it on a piece of cardboard just to get rid of the excess. The other thing is it is hard to record and do this at the same time, so my camera angle might be a little bit off here, so I do apologize, but I did do a little bit there. Just trying to fix the camera angle there. Now basically what I am doing, I haven't filmed it so well, is I am just using a dabbing motion just to dab the touch-up paint into the scratch. Now I am trying to put the paint in the top of the scratch, and then just obviously let gravity do its thing, and it can go in the crevice of the scratch. Now obviously this is a temporary solution. As I said to you, once the part is scratched, it will always be scratched. We're just trying to make it so that it's harder to see on the eye, but yeah, the only way you can truly get rid of a scratch is to get the part re-sprayed and repainted. Now, what I'm doing is I'm taking all the excess off. Again, sorry about the camera angle. I am trying. It is hard when you're a one-man band. So let me rearrange the camera here and just scraping off the excess paint that we've left in the scratch. Just trying to even it out. The last thing you want is any bubbles on the paint. Now the other thing is that this touch-up paint, I'll be honest with you, is quite a cheap one. It is a cheapie from Temu, so the color match isn't exact. That's the other thing, is you will never get an exact color match. So yeah, it's you can get color matches that are better than others. Hopefully your color match is better than this one here, but you will never get an exact color match. This is just a cheapy Temu kind of touch-up paint. So so as we can see, just buffing off the excess there. So this is what it looks like after that stage. And again, definitely looks worse than how we started. However, it will all come to fruition, I promise you. So this is, again, this is how it looks. Now what we're going to do is we're going to spray just normal water onto the working area, and that's just normal water, and we're going to use a different sandpaper now we're using I'm using 2000 grit sandpaper here. Now what we're doing is we're going to wet sand this area here. So 2000 grit sandpaper is quite fine. I mean, if you feel it, it barely feels like sandpaper on your fingers. But basically what we're doing is, again, we're hitting those scratches that we've made with the 1200 sandpaper. We're replacing those big scratches with a lot of little scratches. And again, it's how the light reflects onto the scratches that makes you either see it or don't see it. So that's essentially what we're doing, is diluting all the big scratches with twice as many little scratches. As I said, this is a temporary solution. The only way it's gonna be better is by respraying and repainting. But if you do want something just to get you by between spraying the panel, this is the way to, I guess, dilute it and make it not so obvious. The next step is we're using 3000 grit sandpaper, so again, even more fine, and we're doing the exact same thing, so it's going to have the exact same purpose as what the 2000 sandpaper is going to have, but obviously a lot smaller micro scratches. So just going over it all there. Again, the color match is a bit off, so it is easy. It is easy to see, I guess, with the spotlight on it. But yeah, just hitting all the areas with that 3000 grit sandpaper, and we are just wet sanding as well, because again, we don't want to damage the paint. We're going to wipe all that off. And this is what we're left with. So it's getting better, but still probably worse than how it started. So let's fix that with the last step. The last step is by getting a cutting compound. So we're getting a cutting compound, and we're just going to go over the affected areas. I'm using a microfiber cutting pad, just because I do want to cut the paint a little bit deep, just so it can kind of flow as one into the bumper. So just going over that, again, would be using two hands, but using one hand to film. So it does look a little bit awkward, I must say, and it was a little bit awkward to do this. But yeah, would generally be using two hands had this have been any other kind of repair job. So we're just going to make sure that we use all the products, really work it in, and use different angles on the polisher as well. We don't want to have it just flat and getting in the one kind of area. Holding the polisher on different areas hits the scratch from different angles and dilutes the scratch from those certain angles. As I said, it's all about creating an illusion with using the light. So it's crazy how it all works, that you never actually get them out, but it's your eyes that do that cause the illusion. So just finishing up on that, and we're going to wipe off the compound and see how we go. Alright, let's finish on that. And let's have a look how it looks now. So it does look a lot better. There's still some work to be done. It's still not the best. You can see those two little dots there. That area could probably be a little bit better. I don't really think I hit that with the cutting compound anyway, but I did go over it a couple more times just to see if we can get it better. So yeah, if we don't look, so that's the scratch how I guess it has. I haven't touched that, and that's how it is now. So again, the color match is a little bit off. I haven't really compounded those two dots on the side there, but looking at those scratches there, it looks a hell of a lot better. Tough to see in those conditions. I might get some footage of the car outside and we'll see how that looks. So now we're going to do this other scratch, obviously above the fog lamp. We're just going to use that method. I've really sped this up. Again, just hit it with the sandpaper. Hit it with the cutting compound, and here we have it. So